So this is the new iPad for 2020, and you would be mistaken for thinking that it looks a lot like the last one. That's because it does look a lot like it, exactly like it, in fact. Yes, the new iPad for 2020 is a kitted out version of the last one. You get a load of upgrades internally, but little to show for it from the design front. But Apple is no longer the only name in the luxury tablet game, and in a world awash with fancy new tablets, all of which are cleverer than ever before, has Apple done enough to make its 8th version of the iPad still the tablet to buy? Now, from a design perspective, there's not much to it. While Apple launched a redesigned iPad Air this year that makes it look similar to the Pro, that boxy design has yet to reach the bog standard iPad. Now that means that you get those big bezels, a big circular fingerprint sensor, and a headphone jack, which actually might be a game changer for some headphone users. Now, because Apple is keeping the same design, you will also get a Lightning connector over the more popular USB-C charger. Now, one positive is that the new iPad has been given the connections to work with a range of Apple accessories, including the Apple Pencil, its keyboard Folio, and also its Smart Keyboard. Now, that goes a long way into making this thing a productivity powerhouse that Apple wants it to be. You get a 10.2-inch screen on the front. It looks great, it just doesn't boast the same refresh rate as the more expensive iPads. That said, it is still pretty good at TV and movies, they look great. It's also still plenty big enough to enjoy iPad OS, and you can still make use of the split screen mode to get more things done. Now, Apple has been on a mission lately to transform what you think of its iPad. What used to be just a large version of an iPhone has now been treated with adverts that pit it up against entry-level laptops. The idea, says Apple, is that the iPad is a proper productivity machine, and one that is faster, better, and cheaper than the competition. The big update here is under the hood. Apple swapped in its latest A12 Bionic processor that gives it a performance and graphical boost. Unless you are very, very in tune with the last version, you aren't going to notice much of an upgrade though. But that's actually less because of the extra grunt of the chip, and more so that pretty much every iPad that runs iPad OS is very, very fluid anyway. Last year, Apple made sweeping changes to its iPads when it introduced its very own tablet operating system. The new iPad gets the most recent update to that, which along with a performance boost includes Scribble that lets you input Apple Pencil scroll directly into any text fields. Other than that, swiping through menus and adding widgets to the home screen is a doddle. Apple also has one of the biggest and best app libraries around. Okay, so Apple took an already solid iPad and gave it some customary updates for 2020. That's all overshadowed by the price of the new iPad, which is just $329 US. Now that is one heck of a deal, and while that only covers the 32GB option, which is quite frankly tiny in this day and age, you can upgrade that to 128GB for an extra $100. That makes the 2020 iPad a pretty solid deal, especially given that it will work with Apple's other, albeit costly, accessories. No other device right now can rival the iPad for flexibility as an entertainment and productivity device, and also you being able to cart it around with you. Well, that's the cherry on top of this gadget cake.